In the realm of the gods, where eternal fires burn and cosmic winds sweep across the realms, Thor, the Asgardian God of Thunder, stands as an undying symbol of power and authority. He is not just a warrior wielding his magical hammer, Mjolnir, but a being whose power surpasses the imagination of both gods and men. With eyes that burn like the crucible of the stars, Thor has proven that he is not only capable of confronting Zeus, the Thunder Lord of Olympus, but also capable of crushing him and usurping his power to solidify his position. The battle between the two Thunder Lords is not just a clash of hammers and lightning, but also a meeting of universes, where ancient power and primal force explode in dazzling light, where the mountains crumbled under the pressure of the waves of energy, and the sky cracked like shattered glass. Thor stood there, his golden hair flying in the storm he had summoned, his Asgardian armor glinted in the light of the lightning, every line of it carved from the very core of a star. In his hand, Mjolnir, the mythical hammer forged from the metal Uru in the heart of a dying star, vibrated with unbridled power. Before him, Zeus, the supreme god of Olympus, appeared in majestic form. His muscular body was covered in a cloud-white cloak, his eyes flashing with the light of 1,000 storms. In this being's hands, golden lightning swirled, ready to tear apart anything in its path. Thor is no longer the simple thunder god of old. He has been tested beyond the limits of any god. After the death of Odin, the all-powerful king of Asgard, Thor has inherited the throne and become the ruler of the 9 realms. With that kingship comes the Odin Force, an ancient and immense energy that was the basis of his father's power. This energy, now known as the Thor Force, flows through him like a river of light, enhancing his power to near limitless levels. Imagine Thor standing atop the highest peak of Asgard, arms raised high, the light of the Thor Force pulsing around him like a halo, causing the entire golden palace to tremble. Every step he takes cracks the earth. Every word he speaks echoes like thunder across the realms. But Thor Force was only the beginning. On his journey, Thor came to Yggdrasil, the great tree of life that connected the realms of the cosmos. Beneath the tree's massive canopy, whose branches shimmered as if woven from starlight, he encountered the ancient knowledge of runic magic. The runic symbols, carved into reality by the primal beings themselves, held the power to shape the universe. Thor, with his wisdom and unwavering will, learned these secrets. He learned to summon storms that could swallow entire galaxies, to manipulate time and space, and to harness the energies of reality itself to fight. Imagine Thor standing before Yggdrasil, his hands touching the tree's massive trunk, the runic symbols glowing on his skin like rivers of gold flowing through his body, transforming him into a being that was virtually invincible. Thor also faces one of the most terrifying entities in the universe, Galactus, the Star Eater. Galactus, a cosmic being with enough power to devour entire planets, has been the terror of countless civilizations. In a cataclysmic battle, Thor confronts the Star Eater on a dead planet, where the sky is blood red and the earth is crumbling beneath the power of the two entities. With Mjolnir in hand, Thor shatters Galactus's energy armor, tearing apart the cosmic fabric surrounding the entity. As Galactus falls, Thor not only wins, but also absorbs some of the Star Eater's raw cosmic power. This energy, raw and uncontrollable, now flows through his veins, giving Thor every blow the force of a supernova explosion. Thor's power is also fueled by another, more mysterious and primal source of energy, the Phoenix Force. As the offspring of this cosmic entity, Thor possesses a small portion of the eternal flame. The Phoenix Force, with its ability to regenerate and destroy, is one of the most powerful forces in the multiverse. Imagine Thor standing in the middle of infinite space, surrounded by the red flames of the Phoenix Force, swirling like a cosmic storm. Every time he summons this power, his body burns with a red-gold light, his eyes flashing like 2 dying stars. Even with only a small portion of the Phoenix Force, Thor has the power to destroy immortal beings and recreate what has been destroyed. And then, fate brought Thor to Zeus, the Thunder Lord of Olympus. The battle between these 2 gods was not just a confrontation between 2 individuals, but a collision between 2 mythical civilizations, Asgard and Olympus, on a vast battlefield where giant stone pillars collapsed and raging storms tore through the sky. Thor and Zeus stood face to face. Zeus, with his cloud-white hair and bushy beard, exuded the majesty of an immortal king. This entity raised his hand, summoning golden lightning bolts, each with enough power to destroy an entire mountain. But Thor did not flinch. He raised Mjolnir high, and from the hammer, a storm of lightning exploded. Blue lightning bolts intertwined with the red light of the Phoenix Force. The battle lasted for days, each blow shattering reality. Zeus, with his millennia of experience, unleashed his attacks with precision and brutality. The entity's lightning tore through space, leaving black scars in the fabric of reality. But Thor, with the combined power of the Thor Force, runic magic, the energies of Galactus and the Phoenix Force, surpassed all limits. He summoned a giant storm, drawing Zeus into its center. In the storm, Thor delivered a final blow with Mjolnir, shattering Zeus's energy armor and tearing apart the entity's divine body. As Zeus fell, Thor did not stop. He raised his hand, absorbing Zeus's lightning, causing his body to burst with blinding light. Now the power of both Asgard and Olympus coursed through his veins. Thor stood on the devastated battlefield, surrounded by broken pieces of stone and metal, the sky above still shaking with the aftermath of the battle. Mjolnir was firmly in his hand, sparkling with the light of countless lightning bolts. His armor, though scratched by countless scratches, still radiated a golden light like the sun. Thor was now not only the god of thunder of Asgard, but the Lord of Thunder in both divine realms. The power of Zeus, combined with the Thor Force, runic magic, the energy of Galactus and the Phoenix Force, had made him a nearly unstoppable being. Another entity, ancient and more terrifying, has risen from the darkness of the multiverse. Typhon, the mythical monster that once terrified Olympus. Typhon, a giant like a living mountain, has emerged in terrifying form. Hundreds of serpentine heads sprout from the entity's shoulders, each spewing fire and poisonous fumes. Typhon's eyes glow red like a hellish furnace, and every step it takes shakes the earth, creating deep fissures that seem to swallow the world. He stands on a desolate plain, where the sky is covered with dark clouds, and Typhon's roars echo like the explosions of 1,000 volcanoes. Thor, without hesitation, steps forward to face the monster. His armor gleams in the light of natural lightning, and Mjolnir vibrates in his hand as if yearning for battle. He raises his hammer high, summoning a storm of lightning, the likes of which he has never seen before. Blue, crimson, and golden lightning bolts intertwined, forming a giant energy net that covered the battlefield. Typhon roared, unleashing hundreds of streams of fire from its snake heads, each one hot enough to melt Uru metal. But Thor, protected by runic magic, stood firm like an impregnable fortress. He swung Mjolnir, and a wave of energy from the Thor Force exploded, blowing away dozens of snakeheads in an instant. The battle descended into chaos. Typhon, with the power of a primal being, summoned giant tornadoes, sweeping rocks and earth into the air like an apocalyptic storm. Thor responded by activating the Phoenix Force, his body burning with crimson and gold flames, and he charged straight into the center of the tornado. Each strike of Mjolnir shook the space, the explosions ringing out like a bell of fate. Typhon, powerful as he was no match for the combination of Thor Force, Galactus energy, and runic magic. Thor summons a giant runic symbol into the sky, glowing like a second sun. The symbol explodes, releasing a stream of pure energy that pierces Typhon's body and causes the monster to collapse in a blinding flash of light. When the dust clears, Thor stands on the ruins of the battlefield, Mjolnir still firmly in his hand. Around him, the ground cracks open, and the sky clearing, revealing a shimmering array of stars. Typhon, the being that once terrified the Olympians, is now nothing more than a pile of ash. Thor, with the power of Zeus, Galactus, the Phoenix Force, and runic magic, has proven himself to be the undefeatable lord of both Asgard and the other realms. Thor stands on the devastated battlefield, the light of Mjolnir illuminating the surroundings like a beacon. His armor, though scarred by countless wounds, still shines like the sun. Thor is not just the god of thunder, but a symbol of indomitable will, courage, and sacrifice. He fights not just for glory, but for the realms he has sworn to protect, for the people he loves. In every battle, Thor wields the power of an entire universe, and with Mjolnir in hand, he is ready to face any enemy, be it gods, monsters, or reality itself. In the future, Thor will face even greater challenges. Ancient beings far beyond Typhon and Zeus are awakening in the darkness of the multiverse. But Thor, with the combined power of a host of ancient powers, will never falter. He is the god of thunder, the king of Asgard, the one who defeated Zeus and Typhon, usurping their power. Above all, he is a symbol of hope, of indomitable strength, in a universe filled with darkness and chaos.